Okay, something a little different today, guys. So what I got going on is I've had some storage issues with this 400. Now, granted, it's not a four-wheel drive, type of four-wheeler that's supposed to be going out and about and going through trails, but I like to take it through like it is. I go through a lot of stuff that some people probably wouldn't on a sport four-wheeler. So what I decided to do was I got one of these right here. It's a little saddlebag kit that you can kind of attach to any four-wheeler. It just goes right underneath the cap of your gas tank, and it has some Velcro that you attach to the sides, which I have. Now, this thing is freaking useful. I've already used it a ton. As you can see, it's pretty muddy and dirty. It works great. I have a couple issues with it, though. One, it hits my knees. It's kind of annoying when it does that. Two, it's not completely waterproof. So if I take any of my camera gear with me, I have to always worry about getting everything wet, which I used to carry a backpack. I thought this would eliminate me having to carry a backpack around. I carried a waterproof backpack around. So the other storage on a 400 is right underneath here. It's a small cylinder, which unfortunately I don't have. I actually threw mine away, but I'll add a picture of one right now. And that's what they look like. And mine got ripped off, so I don't have one. So what I did was I went online and I typed in 400EX storage. And one of the first things that popped up was a man from like 10 years ago that mounted an ammo crate, a 30 caliber ammo crate, to the spot underneath here. So let me take this off. So what he did, which I've already done, you can't really see now, which, where's it at? So the rectifier sits right here. It mounts up right here, and there's the wiring harness for the rectifier. Then this is where the two bolts are for your little storage cylinder that comes stock on these things. And what I've done is I went out and got a 30 caliber ammo storage crate, and I figured I'd mount it here and see how it turned out. As you can see, I have all these tools out. A bunch of stuff happened in the process of it. But there it is over there. Oh, let's see if it can focus. There it is over there. I'm about to spray paint it black, but I'll show you guys what I did to get it up here, the process I went through. I actually took the brake light off of this thing the other day because I was going to try to mount something here, and I ended up snapping the brake clip that holds it. So I'm going to show you guys what I did and how I got it here. Actually, I could do that before I spray paint it because I won't be able to touch it for a minute. So here's the ammo crate right here. You see I've already got some holes drilled into it. This is what it says on it. 30 AP. It's just a 30 caliber ammo crate. The lid is somewhere over here. I don't know where it's at, but it's waterproof, or it was until I drilled holes in it, but I'll show you what I did to fix that. So I basically just lined this sucker up here. Okay, so what I did was I just took the ammo crate and I kind of set it up here and kind of mapped out where I thought it would go. I had to push some stuff over. I didn't know where I was going to mount this rectifier because the article I found that the man had wrote, he mounted on the other side over here of the ammo crate. But you had to cut the wires and do all that, and I was not going to mess with any of that. So I just held it up here, kind of marked out where I was going to make holes, drilled some holes in it. As you can see, I've already mounted it. You see it's kind of pushed out. I only mounted 3 points. Now, if I need to add this fourth one over here, where the other hole for the rectifier was, I will in the future. The guy that I saw that did this, he mounted this fourth one. I'm going to go ahead and just go with 3 and see how it goes, because the rectifier is going to be mounted to the front here, and it's kind of hold it some, but I'm not going to really rely much on that. again, all I did was drill holes through this ammo crate and use the original stock bolting hardware for this. Except the lower rectifier mount, I took one of these bolts that are short like this. See if I'll focus. That are short like this, and replaced it with the rectifier bolt, which is really long. That way it's, you know, because this isn't much of a area to go. And I added some washers to it. So I'm going to go ahead and spray paint this thing black, because I just think black is a little better. Plus it gives it a little coating for rust, because I've already scraped, you know, some of the paint off, and I don't want it to rust very fast. So I will be going through water. So we will check back in after I spray painted this thing. Okay, so I've officially painted it black. I just put the last coat on it. I just went ahead and went with flat black, because I think eventually I'm going to put Athena off-road on this. I think it would be pretty cool to write white letters on there, or maybe red letters, or even yellow. Yellow would be pretty cool. But to match my full, red would be probably the best color to put on there. I'm going to go ahead and let it finish drying. It says to let it cure for 2 hours before you mess with anything. So it's been about 15 minutes. It's dry to the touch now, but I can go ahead and show you guys what I did to make it like waterproof. So it's got seals in the lid. I don't know if you know anything about ammo cans, but they have seals in the lids. And so now I have all these holes on the sides. And what I did was I got pieces of, I don't have O-rings. It would make it a lot easier, but these are basically the same thing. I found these two little pieces of rubber circles, and I put them on the outside, and the washer presses against the rubber, and it kind of seals the frame of the metal ammo box here. Sorry, I'm not very good at articulating my words. But it seals it. I did it for the two main holes here, right here and here. And this other one, since it's a smaller bolt, I went ahead and just got a piece of small rubber here and made a hole through it and then just squeezed it on there. It's not going to look super pretty, but it will work. Now these two holes, I think I'm going to permanently put some red RTV or some silicone on these, because this is where the rectifier is going to be mounted. Look at that big chunk out of my rectifier. Not sure what that's from, but it's going to be mounted to the front of this. So I don't really plan on removing it, but if I had to remove it, silicone would be pretty easy to take off. So I think what I'm going to do is coat the bolts in silicone and stick it on, thread the bolts through, screw it on pretty tight. I need some nuts to go on the back of it, but I don't have any at this moment. So the silicone and the bolts kind of hold this pretty, I figure we'll hold it pretty tight. I'll let you guys know here in a little while after it cures. And I mount everything back up. But other than that, that's really all that I need to do. Now for all of these, I just measured where to go once it was mounted to the actual frame of the four-wheeler. Okay, so I've now put some red RTV in between the bolts there. I can actually snug that on, make sure it fits on. As you can see, there's a little RTV. It's kind of messy in there. That's why I don't like RTV, but hopefully it helps prevent water from getting into here. I got RTV on the side of this too, but it'll wipe off after it dries. I need to tighten that bolt down there and tighten these two back up, and then I can put the lid on, and it should be good to go and done. I'll get that done and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, so here's the best example. Maybe I can get up in here. So you can see the fat washers here have squished this rubber O-ring piece super tight against this. So I'm hoping that seals it from water, which I shouldn't really have this all the way in water, but in case it does, it should be completely watertight. And here's the other piece of rubber there, pushed against that, sealed pretty tight. It should stop it. The only issue I'm worried about is this RTV stuff. I will get some nuts to connect onto there and screw those in so it really tightens that down. And then the last piece of the puzzle here is the lid. So the lid just sets on here like this. It's a lot easier doing it with two hands, but just slides in, comes down, and seals. Now that's all on there. Now I figured it's probably gonna scrape some paint, so I'm gonna leave it up. And actually, I'm probably just gonna leave it off of this because the paint is not completely cured, and I'd rather just be safe than sorry. But I'll show you guys what it looks like with the seat and everything back on. So that's what it looks like now with the seat on. So there it is, little box added to it. But if you guys like this kind of stuff, please hit the like button. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm. I know you guys hear that crap all the time, so takes 2 seconds to hit the button. If you could do that though, that'd be really cool. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Hopefully this helps. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll reply as fast as I can in the comment section down below. Peace.